morning, folks. Here with Edward today in my little travels, however little they may be. I'm on West Main heading inbound towards Kalamazoo, heading eastbound. Have to go down the east side of Kalamazoo this morning. Little business. Thought I'd take you with me on a morning trip. There may be flooding downtown. I don't know. Had some pretty good rain yesterday and things were pretty saturated, but I didn't watch the news this morning. I got up and got around, got things going, and we'll catch it a little later, right? Maybe make some of our own. We passed in the Henderson Castle up here a little ways, and of course Mountain Home Cemetery. Talk to you in just a minute. Thought you'd like to see one of the coolest big old growth oaks that there is along here. The limbs, of course, tunnel out over the street. As you can see, this is the corner of West Main and Jennison Avenue. And of course, these big low-hanging branches. It's a wonder that, as you can see right here, really something else. They go right down and sweep right across the whole front yard of the house. This one big limb goes out over the street. This other big limb right here across the front yard. Of course, that's eastbound. Be right back. Well, folks, here on West Main, there's one of the stone homes made of field stone. Right next to the old Kalamazoo home and business in front is the Timeless Rabbit, or the Timid Rabbit, I'm sorry. And they closed that last year. This is now closed. And the owner lives there in the stone house, the field stone house, but he closed it up. The place is full of costumes and all kinds of Halloween things. Excuse me. Pretty cool. Talk to you in a minute. Okay, keep making our way inbound. Kalamazoo, we're on top of West Main Hill right now. The Henderson Castle and its properties will be right over here on the right as we make this corner, this curve I should say, and a Mountain Home Cemetery over to the left. Downtown Kalamazoo, the Hinman Skyrise straight ahead. Henderson Castle, Mount Everest. That's not Mount, it's Mountain Home. Everest is on Southwestnage. Sometimes I get the cemeteries confused. One time I got Richard Nixon confused with Henry Kissinger. Don't ask me what happened. That's an old joke. Got to get Jill St. John in there as well. And we're about to enter downtown proper through the Stewart neighborhood here of Kalamazoo. And this will flow right into Michigan Avenue straight ahead. Okay, be right back. Alrighty, we're a little ride here through the Vine neighborhood. Go down here to Crosstown. Very nice neighborhood. We've cruised through here before. I'm going to do a more thorough ride through the Vine neighborhood, taking a look at some of the more notable homes. We just passed the oldest home in Kalamazoo, and we'll be taking a closer look at that too. I used to walk Vine Street here in 2nd and 3rd grade, all the way from down here a couple more blocks, and here's a cool old apartment building from back in the day. Used to walk right past here every morning to school. Had friends that lived along here. Everybody be coming out of their homes and gathering out here to the streets and walking up towards school, about 4 blocks away. Of course, another old vintage apartment building here, Kalamazoo. Looking towards the east now at the Bronson Hospital complex. Looks like everything down here is pretty well closed. I'll be right back. Okay, just as we're passing the New Vic Theater, John Street. Up here ahead, I do see barrel barricades and quite a bit of moisture in the roadway. Holy crap. There do be moisture in the roadway here. So what do? Well, we have to go through this. See the parking lots down here at Bronson Hospital get flooded. This is not as bad as I've seen it. I've seen it come right up here and flow into the loading docks back here of the hospital. And we're getting almost to that point right now. Right here, I see it flowing right down into the hospital. Yep. Okay, we'll be right back. You can see the creek here is the Arcadia, one of the branches, up pretty high. Yeah, this is always notorious right here for flooding, and I'm not going to drive through this today. A pickup truck just did, but I'm going to do a U-E here. Here's On the Rocks Party Store. This has been here forever. Used to be owned by Mr. Rock, who parked a really cool 59 T-Bird right there. Every day you knew Mr. Rock was on the job. That was back in the day, the 60s. This corner right over here used to be a line of old buildings as well. The Hava Bar ice cream company was in there. Ideal Beer Store was there. A couple other places, all gone now. Part of town kind of dissolved away except for the liquor store. A little bit more flooding here on East Dutton Street. Coming up from that creek, from that little creek, flooding out. This building here used to be the Hoekstra Hardware Company. Quite a place. Decades and decades, the #1 hardware here in town. Everybody passed away, retired, the other ones sold out. Now it's a cannabis shop. Well, now folks, we're downtown in the corner of Pitcher and Lovell Street. This is the old property here of Upjohn and Pfizer. Their laboratories are down here, and now it's Zoetis, their animal products division, as well as the Western Michigan School of Medicine, all taking up these blocks. Right up here in the corner used to be Denoyer Chevrolet, and this used to be a big coal yard right on this corner, supplying coal to the power plant right there that ran all these facilities down here in the day. And over here you see an old water pumping station. In this parking lot, other buildings and businesses were all set up in this block, as well as where I'm standing. Back here in this building was the Superior Printing Company. I believe they're gone. And then right down here is the creek. Now it's flooded the banks over here on this other side. You can see it's getting over into that little retaining area, and of course won't be long we get more rain, it'll be into the parking lot here, and I'm standing where I've seen it knee deep before. So this is not quite as bad. You cannot see under the bridge, And when there's no flooding or high water, you can paddle underneath there in a kayak. But not today. Go a little closer here. All right. I'll be back in a minute. I hope. All right, we're on Pitcher Street here, coming up on a pretty cool building. I'll take a little look here a second. Tell you about this place, what I know of it when I was a boy, right along the tracks here. Be right back. And again, we're here on South Pitcher Street, the corner of East South Street. Just down here a little ways is where a very famous shoe store used to be. Oaken Brothers. They were destroyed during the tornado back in 79, 80. There's a couple of very old buildings down here too as well. There's the Sky Deck in Kalamazoo, and of course in the corner right here, kind of a famous hotel. At one time, Priscilla Presley owned this. She actually came to town with Lisa Marie and did the paperwork and so forth. We've seen out at the malls in Portage, and she owned this old hotel for a while. We're going to be talking about the old train station here, the old depot. Now, when I was a boy, we lived downtown. My father's cousin, World War II veteran, along with my father, Harold Heibels, Uncle Harry. Well, this was his place. This was a cold storage building, and he ran a big produce company. And of course, right on the other side here are the train tracks. Now, during the season, the trucks, local trucks, the farmers, would come down here and they would back up to these doors. And they would unload their produce, and there was cold storage inside here. You had a freezer room, you had a couple of chiller rooms, okay, and all the produce on the loading docks. On the other side, the trains would pull up, and they had these dock plates that they would lay between the building and the trains, and they would load those trains, the refrigerated cars, with fresh produce from Kalamazoo. My dad and I would come down here together every Saturday morning, and we would pick out the produce. We'd go and see Uncle Harry. He'd lead us through the place. We'd take a cardboard box and get anything we wanted. And he had beautiful strawberries and you name it, right here out of this building. And I can remember walking up these loading docks. My dad would pick me up and set me up here on the dock, and he would jump up there, and then we'd go and see Uncle Harry. And those were the days. This has turned into all kinds of different companies since then. It has a great tenant in there now. Up here in the front used to be the Whistle Stop restaurant and bar. Back in the day, it was the train station itself. We'll see what's left of the Whistle Stop part, and it is still here. Now, we never went into this building. I did it as an adult to go in and check out the bar. Kind of a small little place. Went in there and had a couple rusty nails with a friend, and then we walked over here across the street and went to the pizza place. But all of our business that we did when I was here with Dad was conducted all down here in the warehouse. And I literally have not set foot on this sidewalk that we're just walking here since I was a boy in the middle to the late 1960s. Well, it's been a while. Pretty cool. Be right back. I don't know if I mentioned this a little earlier, but this is now the Kalamazoo Community Foundation. Looks like they removed some tracks back there too. Oh yeah. Yep, there are train tracks that are gone. Trains used to roll right up in here. Yep. Well, there you go. Be back in a minute. Okay, I'm gonna pass the whistle stop here a second. Make a turn here onto East Michigan Avenue. Take a look at a very famous old Kalamazoo home. We'll see what's happening going westbound up Michigan. Not a whole lot. So we'll make our turn here and get going about our business. Right up here on the left, where you see the neurology center right there, was Don Neal's. Boy, they had the brass band in there. What a nightclub. Great place. It's where the trombone was king. We'll be right back. This is Red Arrow Golf Course here on the right-hand side. It's a city public course. $5 to play around. And you know, I'm not much of a golfer at all, but I've played this course probably 10 times in my life. And it's really fun. It's very, very nice course. It doesn't get a lot of play, but for $5, it's an awful lot of fun. Good place to take a kid. And of course, all over Kalamazoo, you're going to find the cannabis shops. Pretty nice artwork going on down here too. We're now on Kalamazoo Avenue, heading westbound. Another cannabis shop right up here behind Checkers. There's 2 or 3 more as you head down through here. One of my fans. Okay, now we're down in the Mission District, downtown near the Kalamazoo Gospel Mission. City Train and Bus Center. And of course, right up here is the new Justice Center. The building right here next to the McDonald's is going to be raised right here. Put parking there. The Park Trades building is protected. We've gone over that a little bit before, haven't we? Yes. Okay. They're getting these streets all tore out now. The infrastructure for the new downtown arena, it's just beginning to get underway with the tearing out of these streets. They're removing the streets. This is Eleanor Street. It ceases to exist now, that part of it. And then also right up here on Water Street as well. Okay, time to get going home. Thank you for being with me here this morning. If you'd like to donate, there's the people right there. If you'd like to give me a thumbs up, I appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Each and every one of you. Over 1,200 now. Thank you very, very much. Have a great day here from Kalamazoo. Talk to you later.